Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to the next episode of Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened. You know what's going on. Alright, so there's a lot happening here with Lightning Collection stuff. Now this video obviously is coming out on a Wednesday, not on a Saturday, and it's very early in the morning. I'm hoping to have this up sometime around 7 a.m. I would imagine. So thankfully I worked the night shift, so I'm awake, wide awake. Unfortunately I worked the night shift because all this stuff happened in the middle of my shift and I wasn't able to cover it until now. So that's why you didn't get the video at like, I don't know, 11 o'clock last night. And you're getting it at like 6 a.m. Let's do it. So, Monsters Wave 2 versus Packs Wave 2. Let's do it. So, we still have a lot of questions lingering about what's happening from the stuff last night, and if you weren't on Twitter, you probably might not know what's going on. So, last night at Ranger Select on Twitter found listings for our next two figures in the Monsters line. So the Monsters line is a $30 subline of Lightning Collection that was started only a couple of months ago, really. Actually, just like a month and a half ago at this point, with King Sphinx and Pumpkin Wrapper, and it does seem to be continuing into 2021. We kind of figured there would be a Wave 2, since on Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store and stuff, they listed them as Monsters Wave 1 and Battle Packs Wave 1, so we kind of figured, well, if they're going to call it Wave 1, then we're going to get more. So, these are some of the weirdest codes I've ever seen. So, for the Versus Packs, which we'll get to later, they're much harder to figure out what they actually are. The Monsters know. The Monsters are just, hey, here's what they are, but with the season code. So, on this one website, which I'm not going to mention because I'm just not going to mention who it came from, but it is found by @RangerSelect on Twitter. So the first one is PRGBLT, which is always Power Rangers Lightning Collection, SRE, which is our Mighty Morphin code, which will become important later on, but they just outright state it. iGuy. So we're getting iGuy in the Lightning Collection Monsters subline, so that's pretty sweet. He's a very iconic Season 1 villain, and one that I'm sure a lot of people were expecting. I think I even said before, I thought before, that a perfect Wave 2 would be like Pudgy Pig and iGuy. So I think it's really cool that we're getting him. I think he's cool. But he's not alone. So from Season 2 of Mighty Morphin, which interestingly, they actually just have it coded as SRE. We have seen that the codes can differentiate between the Mighty Morphin seasons because Metallic Armor Pink was SRE 3. So this one technically should be SRE 2, but it's not. It's just SRE. Pirantishead. Once again, just right there out in the open. Pirantishead, the first monster that Lord Zed created in the Mutiny 3-parter to start off Season 2, is going to be our second main monster in Monsters Wave 2. So once again, iGuy and Pirantishead are going to be our monsters for Wave 2. I might put up the barcodes right here if you guys want to look at the barcodes there. I did some digging later on after these were found, and they are in the Walmart system. I'll put a picture of that too. So they're on this one website that I'm not going to mention, but also they're in the Walmart system too. But they error out when you try to click on them, so not much usefulness there. But the monsters I think are really cool, but of course we have some Versus Packs to discuss. So these ones were found by @MartianRanger, who was kind of trying to find things and find that site that Ranger Select found, and then found that, hey, there's stuff on this too from Versus Packs. I'm pretty excited. So, what do we got going on here? These ones are interesting. So, these are Versus Packs that are still fully coded. So it is hard to know what they are. One of them, I think we have a pretty good bet on what it is. The other one, though, we really don't. So, the first one is PRGBLT, you know, the whole spiel. BLM Earth Silver Photon. So, BLM Earth Silver Photon is our first one here. We can figure out what half of this is, and we might be able to figure out what the second half of this is. So we knew from past things, we just actually recently discussed here on Lightning Storm once again, BLM Mars. Now BLM we've known for a long time is the in-space code, because it was the code used on BLM Jupiter versus Lava, which was the in-space Red versus Astronema 2-pack. So we know BLM is in space, we know that Earth is blue, which was confirmed to us with Dino Thunder Blue being Lum Earth in Wave 8. So we definitely know for sure that BLM Earth will be in space blue, so we're finally going to get a TJ figure. Shout out to Rogue Queen and the Legion of Boom on Twitter. I'm sure they're super ecstatic about this because TJ Day here is at the end of the month, the kind of unofficial holiday for that Ranger. So This is pretty good timing on that one, I would say. So we're going to get BLM Earth and Space Blue in this 2-pack. Now that means the other character will be something in space. But Silver Photon, or Silver Photon, it's not the full word of silver, but we're just going to go with silver. I personally, now this is not confirmed by any means, but I'm going to assume that will be Psycho Silver. There's two main reasons why that makes sense. First, I think Silver Photon could be Psycho, so like Silver Psycho. Also, it's very easy for them to repaint that mold for like the 100th time. We've gotten it plenty of times here. This is every Wave 2 figure, or every 2020 figure from year 2. The Psychos are up here like 6 times, so they can definitely reuse that mold once again. Also, it does make sense to pair In Space Blue with Psycho Silver, something I never even would have thought about, because in the episode 5 of a Kind, when they do that whole plan against the Psychos, when there's like everyone is blue, so that way they get all confused on who to fight, and then Zane shows up as Psycho Silver. That's all in the same episode, so it would make sense to have Psycho Silver and In Space Blue in there to kind of reference back to that episode, and I'm sure that's what that 2-pack is aiming to do. So, if it is Psycho Silver. So, we do know for sure that that will be In Space Blue, and then probably Psycho Silver, or I guess they could throw in another new villain or something from In Space, like they did with Astronema. Now our second 2-pack, this one is the most trickiest one to figure out. So with the monsters, it's like right there, right what it is. The 2-pack is like, we're pretty sure. One of them we know for sure. And then the last one, all we know for sure is what season it's from. Good old Mighty Morphin once again. But we don't know what the actual figures are, because they're using 2 brand new codes that we've never had before. So this last 2-pack is SRE Nuclear Venus. So Nuclear Venus, that could be anyone. I would say that Venus is probably a color, because we have seen that the planets are the colors, and then everything that's like not a planet is something else. So radar was putty, lava was Astronema, things like that. Photon might be Psycho, for example. So we don't know what nuclear would be, but I'm going to assume that Venus is a ranger. But what color ranger would it be? Especially since we already have the whole Mighty Morphin team. So what would it be? Would it be a re-release of some character or something? Because we know that Jupiter is red, Earth is blue, Mercury is green, we know that Mars is black, so we don't, and then Neptune is pink. So we don't have a code for yellow yet. Some people are theorizing that the ZTH Tenga in Wave 9 could be yellow, but Tenga is a non-planet code name, so it might not be yellow. Maybe Venus is yellow, we really don't know. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's a different color or something. I don't know. But Venus should be a color, probably. I would say it could be yellow. So Mighty Morphin Yellow is like the top contender for that Ranger in the 2-pack that it could be, even though I really don't know. And then Nuclear, no idea. No idea what Nuclear could be. Some people were speculating maybe this is like a, Mighty Morphin Yellow Scorpina 2-pack or something. I think that would be perfectly cool. I know Mighty Morphin Yellow is a very rare figure from Wave 4 that people are still trying to get their hands on, so maybe they would want to, try to get that figure out in a different capacity or something, since it is so rare. I would kind of hope it's not just a straight up re-release of a Mighty Morphin Ranger, because we have the whole team. I don't really feel like we need them. I feel like releasing them a second time in metallic armor is like the most that we need right now. I don't think we need to do a straight up reissue of them, especially in a 2-pack if we lock that in with another character. So, yeah, I don't know what this would be. SRE Nuclear Venus. It's interesting. Once again, I'll put the Versus 2-pack barcodes up here as well. And once again, just like the monsters, they are also in the Walmart system under the same code names. So nothing, different there. It doesn't reveal any information that one website that first showed us these, has told us. So, and then also just to close it out, if this is important to anyone, on that one website that I'm still not going to name, Wave 9 was on there too, but only, it seems, 3/4 of it, which is interesting because it's kind of a continuing pattern that we've seen before with Wave 9. So they did show the ZTH Tenga code, the LGY Earth code, and the Rad Mercury code, but there was no BLM Mars, there was no Mars Atom, so just 3/4 of Wave 9 were up on that site. So yeah, all of them also said an April 1st release 2021, which I'm sure is just a placeholder. These are not all going to be out then. Wave 8 won't even be out until March, so that's way too soon. Maybe the Monsters and Versus packs, like maybe, but Wave 9, that's way too soon. And then I'm sure the site's probably going to figure it out soon, but they do have them up for pre-order on that site, and they're probably going to want to take those down. So that's another reason why I'm not going to say the site name just in case. So yeah, that is that. So we have PIRANTISHEAD and iGuy joining Lightning Collection Monsters Wave 2. We have In Space Blue paired with someone in our Versus Wave 2, and a Mighty Morphin 2-pack of 2 people in Wave 2 of the Versus packs as well. So that's all I got here on Lightning Storm today. There will be a normal episode for whatever news is left to cover this week. This is the majority of the news. But for whatever is left to cover, I will cover that in Lightning Storm this Saturday, kind of post-Christmas episode, I suppose. If you guys are celebrating Christmas, I hope you all have a great Christmas. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate in the next couple of days, or have already been in the middle of celebrating or whatever. And then, of course, since it is a Wednesday, stay tuned for noon today when the next episode of the Lightning Library will be out. This time we are covering Wave 3 to wrap up all of the 2019 figure releases from the Lightning Collection. And then one last thing I want to say before I go, I want to give a huge shout out to Tom Whalen, the illustrator, for the beautiful Lightning Collection box art that we get every single time, or Strong Stuff Tom, I believe is his Twitter name. He posted, or has been posting, some of the artworks on his site that he hadn't uploaded before. He just recently uploaded the King Sphinx and Pumpkin Wrapper ones on there, and he replied saying he watches the episodes so for this show. So if you're watching this one, Tom, thank you so much. I had no idea that you watched this series. I think that's really cool. I'm a huge fan of your artwork. I think it really complements the shelves and the figures extraordinarily well. So, but that's all for me here. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think we're going to get in that Mighty Morphin 2-pack? Do you think Silver Photon is Psycho Silver? What do you think of the Monster 2-packs? All that, or Monster Wave 2, all that stuff. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at 2 different places, at Living Ranger Key for my personal stuff, or at Lightning Fig PR for all strictly Lightning Collection things. Also, thank you to at Ranger Select and at Martian Ranger for finding these last night. And that's all I gotta say on them. So I'll see you all for the next episode of Lightning Storm, where lightning always strikes twice.